Well, folks, you can definitely file this video under how in the hell am I supposed to react to this? This is one of those things I never thought that I would ever see. And then I seen it, and I sat there and I've watched it once, and I backed it up and watched it again, and I backed it up and watched it a third time. I'm going to play it for you one more time, because how are we supposed to wrap our minds around the fact that suddenly Marjorie Taylor Greene has found Jesus, and she is asking us all for forgiveness? She's apologizing, folks, for her rhetoric. I don't know what to say about this. Take a look.
When you posted on X that President Trump is, with his comments, fueling a, quote, hotbed of threats against you. Obviously, any threats to your safety are completely unacceptable. But we have seen these kinds of attacks or criticism from the president at other people. It's not new. And with respect, I haven't heard you speak out about it until it was directed at you.
Dana, I think that's fair criticism, and I would like to say humbly, I'm sorry for taking part in the toxic politics. It's very bad for our country, and it's been something I've thought about a lot, especially since Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Is that I'm only responsible for myself and my own words and actions, and I am committed, and I've been working on this a lot lately, to put down the knives in politics. I really just want to see people be kind to one another, and we need to figure out a new path forward that is focused on the American people, because as Americans, no matter what side of the aisle we're on, we have far more in common than we have differences. Yeah. And we need to be able to respect each other with our disagreements.
Folks, there is so much to say about this one, because how many times here on the channel have we talked about how that the minute you step out of line with Donald Trump, he comes after you. He does not care who you are. He does not care how loyal you have been to him. He will absolutely go after you and throw you under the bus if you step out of line with him in the slightest. And that's why that I've always felt like that they're in a cult and we're not, because we vote for politicians. We don't worship them. So if, say, we voted for a Gavin Newsom and he became president, he did stuff we didn't like, we'd be on here talking about it, because we're not in a cult and we can criticize our leaders. And I have. Every Democratic president that I've ever voted for, I have turned around and criticized them when they didn't do what I thought should be done. So that's how it's supposed to be, but it's not that way in the MAGA world. And so we've said so many times, you step out of line with this dude one time, it doesn't matter who you are. It could be J.D. Vance tomorrow. It does not matter. Donald Trump will go after you. He will go hard in the paint after you if you step out of line. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of those people who really helped him to build MAGA. I've always felt like she was more second in command than anybody else, because she really doubled down on that hateful rhetoric so hard and drove it home so hard. And it's really hard. I don't know that I could ever forgive her for walking along behind David Hogg and harassing him. He survived a school shooting, and she's sitting there taunting and harassing him. And it's like, really? You would do that to a kid like that? And yeah, I know he's 25 years old, but I have a son that's the same age, so he's a kid to me. It's one of those things where I have a really hard time believing her, I have a really hard time trusting her, and I have a really hard time giving her a pass, because we all know that she is one of the most loyal soldiers that helped him build this MAGA movement. But now here we are, with the temperature cranked full blast, and Donald Trump like a wounded animal. He truly is. Right now, everything going on with these Epstein files, he truly is a wounded animal. And if you back a wounded animal into a corner, they're more dangerous there than anywhere else. He will absolutely throw anybody under the bus, and he's not going to turn the temperature down. He's not going to dial it back. In this moment where we really need a leader to step up, he's not going to. Instead, he's going to go hard after anyone that tries to come after him. He's sickened his Department of Justice now on Democrats. He wants them to investigate Clinton. He wants to investigate everyone but himself. Take the heat off him. So when you think about it, when you really stop and think about it, we got a situation where we need someone to turn down the temperature, because he sure as hell ain't. So if Marjorie Taylor Greene begins to say this, and at least she apologized, I'll give her that. At least she accepted the fair criticism. I'll give her that much, because that's something Donald Trump has never been able to do. So Marge, at least you do get points on that note. But we need right now for the temperature to be turned down, and if Marjorie Taylor Greene can contribute to that, and if she can help to bring down that temperature, then I'm here for it. But But that does not mean that I give her a pass for the things she done in the past. It does not mean that I don't recognize that she helped build MAGA to what it is today and take part in this divisive rhetoric. And then the minute it got turned on her, that's when she decided, just like we said, wait till it gets turned on them and they'll be singing a different tune. Well, that's what happened. But at the same time, if it causes someone else in MAGA to look over the situation and say, you know what, yeah, we need to bring down the temperature. Yeah, we need to be more reasonable. Yeah, we don't need to get into this divisive politics, then yeah, we should be okay with it. That doesn't mean we're okay with what she did. And that doesn't mean that down the line, we're going to be agreeing or getting along with Marjorie Taylor Greene, because we're not. Let's be realistic about this. She's always going to be on the opposite side. It's not like she's suddenly going to vote for us or vote with us on the issues that we care the deepest about. She's probably not. She's going to continue to be over on that side, and she's going to be the politician that she is. I will say that during this whole breakup between her and Trump, and actually it started before the breakup really kicked in, I noticed and began to recognize, and I was pointing it out here on the channel, that, hey, she's pretty savvy. You know, yes, she's who she is, but she's pretty savvy. She's looking ahead to the future. We all saw this coming. And the question I would ask Marjorie Taylor Greene if I was ever talking to her is, did you see it coming? That's a thought. Did you know that if you criticized Donald Trump, this would happen? Because if you knew that all along, then how could you really be for that guy? How could you really back that guy? How could I get behind a Democrat right now if I knew, hey, I step out of line with this guy, he's going to crucify me. I'm going to suddenly start getting death threats. I'm suddenly going to be fearing for my life if I step out of line. That's not somebody I want to walk with. I don't want someone who's going to hold that over my head and threaten me and my family the way that Trump will. So the question I would have for her is, how long have you known that this would happen to you? And look at all the people that got thrown under the bus, and she turned a blind eye to it and didn't give a damn one way or the other. So while I'm glad to see it, and I'm glad she's willing to turn down the temperature, and I think we should accept anyone that wants to, not saying we full on accept that apology, but we should go ahead and say, yeah, if you want to bring down the temperature, we really would appreciate you helping us out on this one. But this MAGA breakup and everything that's going on with them right now is really something to watch, and it's something to behold, and it's something that we all knew was coming, because this is like that situation in your life, and I know we've all had these type of situations in our life. You get in the middle of something, or someone in your family, you watch them go through something, and you say to yourself, there's no way this will end well. It can't. And that's exactly what has happened here with Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene. It was something that could, and MAGA in general, it was something that could never end well. And now here we are. So let me know in the comments what you think about it. Do you trust Marjorie Taylor Greene? I don't. Do you fully accept her apology? I don't. But yeah, if she's willing to turn down the temperature, I'll take it coming from anybody at this point, because things got way out of hand. This MAGA bit done got way out of hand, and anyone that can help us to bring it down in the least, well, I'm here for that.